This is the Aldora Devlog. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over a couple of loose things when it comes towards the game as a whole. I have implemented the first starting zone quests when it comes towards the game. Now, if we actually just jump straight in and then we go into full screen mode, we can have a look at the initial area. Do not mind the starting clothes, I just wanted to build those in. However, when you go over towards your quest givers, I implemented them with their separate abilities, and they're now modular. So that means that I can build the character, the quest giver, so to speak, in a certain way to have hold one of the quests. So we press the interact key of number 3, and we can see that we've got the lovely little report of Scrolls Outpost on there. Now this is going to come up, and you can see that there's a little quest marker on top of there. I just need to readjust it. For some reason it's not readjusting properly, but you know, game dev, everything tends to break quite a bit. And we can go over to the next one, which is Cull the Threat, slay all the orcs. I do need to rewrite the lore quest text in that to make it a bit more specific. However, I just wanted to put the base quest in, like this is what it actually is, this is what you do. So you've got to collect the orc banners. We can see that we've got some overlapping on some of the areas. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to create a wrap around it so it can't overlap on top of that. If we go over to all the other ones, we do have a few others, which there we go. We got cut off the head, the orc warlord, like we talked about yesterday. We've got that one, and we've got the other one, which is just a guy out here, and we can speak to him, a letter for Arundir. Now, I figured that this would be a really interesting way of dynamics. So you've got your starting quests of slaying all the orcs and collecting their banners. This is to get you into the attacking combat like as soon as possible with all of that. And when it comes to rewards, fetch quests will give you 10 XP, where base quests will give you 25. Once that is complete, then you'll be able to take out the orc warlord, and then those letters and reports will come through, leading you on to the next one. With trying to direct you, because I want to get you to Arundir and I want to get you to Scrolls Outpost. So a little errand quest of just report into the inn in Arundir and heading over towards Scrolls Outpost about the orcs, that will feed into the storyline with the orcs as well. So because you've got to report to Scrolls Outpost in order for it to progress, and that storyline with the orcs invading your small little town, well, small little village, will add up to all of that right there. So I'm really happy with the way that will just flow, and then you'll be able to go out and explore. So you pick up your quests, it will tell you to head south, and it will lead you all the way over towards the orcs, where you can start taking these guys out, and then you'll be able to take out the orc warlord over there. It's really simple, because what we want to do is we don't want to alienate new players like straight off the bat. It's one of those things where it's gonna be a little bit boring in the beginning in some respects, where it's like just get you used to the controls. I don't really like the idea of like, this is the tutorial, this is how you attack, this is how you fire off an ability, this is your interaction keys. No, like I want to do that fluidly with the have that fluidly with the game as a whole, so when you're getting into the game to start with, it will just blend in, and you won't even notice it, but you'll pick it up as you go. And that's really what I want you to do. I really want you to the base things for the starting zone is just to get used to the controls, get you into the story with the orcs, and learn how to interact and like attack, and the separate attack with the essences. When it comes towards strifing, I had a few comments yesterday when it comes towards all of that, and as it stands, I still haven't implemented that, but you guys had a nice little comment in down below, which I managed to read while I was at work, and yeah, that's not a bad idea, is opening up multi-directional strafing, so not just left and right, have the animation done in 8-point directions, and then just have the forward and back assigned in those areas. So then you can still strafe with your character while still having the mouse. That feedback was invaluable for all of that. However, a few little different types of things for me today is really simple, and that is implementing a load of the other quests. I want the Scrolls Outpost and the Anis's Farm done for today, especially the little quest in Furlong Forest. Yeah, in the left there is a nice little cabin just off the side of the beaten path, and I really want a nice little quest to go over here. This one is just a side quest, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. However, I do like the idea of side quests, just adding that bit more immersion to everything, and then you can go from there. So that is my little job for today. Obviously I do have to fix the quest marker. I don't know why it's doing that, and then I've got to implement the left and right back into this with the changing of the movements, so to speak, with everything. I actually took a little bit of inspiration when it comes towards movements and all that stuff with like Cult of the Lamb, and that seemed to work really well, so I might try and see if I can implement something like that into it as well as all of that. It's building out quite nicely. We've got all the initial quests for the starting zone inside of here. I've added the base NPCs. I haven't customized them yet. I need to actually set up the ability for customization for these characters, so I can then just click a load of enums and make the character unique. Even if they are just a base quest giver, I want them to be able to feel a bit more unique when it comes to all of that, but we'll do that when it comes towards finesse later on. Once all of the systems are in place, brackets, all of the quests are in place, that means we can then move forward with all of that. As it stands, when it comes towards completion of said quests, all of the conditions and requirements are inside the game when I've created the quests. However, I still need to say the objective IDs when the quest for it to be complete, so then you can hand it in. Now this comes as follows when you take out the orcs. Now these orcs, when you take them out, they shout out an ID saying an orc has been slain, and then it updates into the quest log. That means that adds 1 to the quest log, and then I can go on and so forth. That is the same principle, it just needs to be applied. However, I want all of the base quest givers and quests to be inside with the base NPC quest giver, and then we can go on from there, make them all unique. That being said, that is pretty much everything I want to talk about for today. It took a little bit of a while to set up those quest givers, really did. There was quite a few little like overlap bugs and everything, things that I couldn't have foreseen. However, I'm glad it's all set up and done. That means I can put in more quests today before I have to go to work. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.